Hello, welcome to Real Soccer Talk. This is Shaku here. Just gonna do a short video of week 19, match week 19 of the EPL, the end of almost the last game of the year 2025. We're gonna start with Burnley and Newcastle. They won Newcastle in that one 3-1. And then Chelsea and Bournemouth. Chelsea unfortunately draw that game against Bournemouth. And sadly, right now their manager has been they've part ways with Enzo Maresca, which is very unfortunate because I'm not gonna say he's a great coach or bad coach, but he did well. But for the amount of money they spend on, they should be doing really, really good content for the title at least for this season. But they have part ways um, with Chelsea with Maresca, so that leaves them, you know, after that to draw a home game against Bournemouth. Next up, I think we have Nottingham Forest against Everton, and Everton won that game away. Um, and then we go to Brighton and West Ham. West Ham and Brighton, they tied that game. And then we go Arsenal, Aston Villa. That was actually a very interesting game because it comes to Aston Villa come to an end of their, I think, 11 or 12 game winning run. Um, remember, they beat us in the last game at Villa Park, I think. That's where we play. Yeah. But Arsenal looks like they're on fire, and it looks like they're actually going to win the Premier League this season. Um, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I think they actually have a good chance of winning the Premier League this season based on results that's been happening. Manchester City, Liverpool, even Manchester United. We're far off top spot. But anyway, Arsenal, I think they really do really well. I think actually they have a good chance of winning uh, that game, the title this year, actually, which would be very good for Galateta. Next, we go on to uh, the home game, Manchester United, which is my team, which is I was very, very disappointed to let that to not win that game. I mean, there's been a couple of games that we should have won at least. And those are all low table games that we should have won. Even the Aston Villa game, we played really well. Fortunately, we lost that game by 2 goals to 1 against Aston Villa. But to go back to play a bottom bottom of the table team, Wolves, and play us like that, they should have won that game. And I think that uh, Lemans did really, really well, especially for that two double save that he did in that last minute of that game. I think he did really, really, really well. It's been a big shift from two goalkeepers, Bindier and Nana, and him coming in and doing really well. There's been rough games, in the last couple of weeks, but he saved us big time in that particular game. And I think that um, next we have who do we have playing next? I don't even know right now. Anyway, so and we go to Fulham and Crystal Palace. That's the game. That's the last game of actually no, Manchester United game was the last game for 2025, and then we started the new year 2026 January, which was yesterday. Starting with Crystal Palace and Fulham, that game was a tie between the two teams. And then we have Liverpool and Leeds. Oh my God. I don't know how Liverpool don't win that game, especially at home. to Leeds United. But then again, Leeds United have been really, really fantastic with their game running. And I think actually that's who we play next, who Manchester United is playing next. That will be a tough game. And I think it's a away game as well. That's going to be a really, really tough game for us to win, especially with the predicament we're in right now, with the injuries we have, with players in the African Cup of Nations. It's going to be, and playing the way we play against Wolves, we're going to be, uh, they're gonna destroy us this weekend. Um, Now the next game was Spurs and Brentford. Also, that game was also a tie for the beginning of 2026. That game was a tie between Brentford and Tottenham Hotspur. That 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 yeah. I don't even have words for that. But the one that interests me the most, and I actually when I watched the highlight of that game, the Manchester City Sunderland game, that game was something else. And if Manchester City cannot beat Sunderland like that and at home, uh, that I don't know, man. That title contending, it's an underline there because right now they are 4 points behind Arsenal. Uh, Arsenal are 45 points and City are 41 points. So that game, the entire games that plays yesterday, January 1st of 2026, there's only two goals, which is the Crystal Palace and Fulham game. That is madness. That is crazy. But like I always said I've said before in my previous videos, said that the Premier League is unpredictable. Every season there's a surprise about something. Every season there's a surprise about these little teams that big teams underestimate. They come out, they play like they're champions. They play like their life depends on it, and that's exactly what happened to Manchester City game yesterday against Sunderland, and against Liverpool, against Leeds, and Brentford against Spurs. All those teams are bottom of the table teams, and they play those big teams like their life depend on it, and which it does. Their lives depend, their season depend on it. But for them to display the way they display against those big threes, that is ridiculous. That is bizarre, and it's something you did not expect, especially the Manchester City game. Oh, excuse me. Um, but moving forward, I just want to go there and give you a little brief analysis about Week 19. I'll make another video about Week 20, which is this weekend. There's going to be interesting games coming up too this weekend, and I'm going to make a short video of that. Don't forget to go like and subscribe to Real Soccer 25 on TikTok, and then Real Soccer on YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe, go like, and share. I will see you on the next video.